Inside South Dakota's most dangerous hoods.
And city police are on the lookout for several suspects following 5 shootings in the last week.
In the last few years, the Rapid City Police Department has seen an uptick in violent crimes. Department has seen an uptick in violent crimes.
Nah, no way is thugging on Roblox.
He basically said, hey, I'm coming back. I'm shooting up this whole show. I had to pick my brother up after he got shot, you know?
I never planned to be 50 years old, ever. I thought I would be passed away way before that, you know?
What the f?
You know, supposedly she was accidentally shot by another guy there with a gun.
At first, you might guess that South Dakota is a very safe place, and that's up for debate. Nationally, it's actually ranked somewhere in the middle, and it's more dangerous than states like Kentucky, Florida, and Illinois. Now, for most South Dakota citizens, it is reasonably safe, but if you are a Native American man, it's a different story altogether. You see, Rapid City is South Dakota's most dangerous city, and Pine Ridge is the most dangerous reservation. And together, these two share kind of a strange relationship. It's kind of like Chicago and Rockford, where you have gangsters going back and forth to flee from the law. And in Rapid City, shooting has been on the rise, and most of it is tied to Native gang activity. And here's another interesting fact about South Dakota. It is arguably the most incarcerated state in the country. Some estimates say that up to 7 out of 10 Native men will serve at least once in jail or prison. And although Natives make up only 9% of the state population, they make up nearly half of the prison and jail population. To investigate this further, we head to Rapid City and we dig into the trends of violence and incarceration. We meet with guys like Eric, a man who has served decades in prison and now is out advocating to stop the cycle. Vinny, a local rapper whose brother was killed at one of his recent shows. And of course, to really get into the mud, we make a stop at a local trap house. Join us as we go boots on the ground in South Dakota. Quick announcement, folks. New shirt dropped on the site.
That poster just saying the bag is back.
Dog's got it.
I'm not seeing that.
Young men, I see potential in them. I see something that they could become, and I see the gang lifestyle is mostly just taken away from what they could become.
Yo, Vaughn, I think
for kids that grow up in an area like this to say, I want to be an engineer or a doctor, or I want to run my own landscaping business, rather than I want to shoot somebody that's a lot like
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If I went to the rental spot and they gave me a Mitsubishi, I'm walking that day. You got me fucked up. I'm not paying real life United States dollars to sit in a Mitsubishi. Fuck no.
In a slightly different part of my neighborhood. I don't know if we'll ever find that answer, but that's part of the discovery that we're on this channel. We're gonna dive into the most dangerous city in South Dakota. Buckle up, it's gonna be a ride. That's where we are right now.
We in Lakota Homes right now, this deep north, you know what I'm saying? Deep north side. It's a little dilapidated, etc. But there's a lot of love in the area, you know what I'm saying?
This is ghettoest part of town right here, man.
Yeah?
It's our own little world over here, you know? Because it's like, even though we're so close to everything else, you can go right down the street and see business districts and shit like that. It's its own entity over here, you know what I'm saying?
That's why you're out of touch with most people. Yo, Ken, you're so slow, bro, that your brain can't operate. That just because a car is cheap doesn't mean it's good. Or ass, my nigga. Toyota makes great affordable cars, so does Honda. Mitsubishi's a shit brand. No one's out of touch. If you think Mitsubishi's still making great cars in 2024, you're out of touch.
Okay, so what goes down around here?
Drugs, you know what I'm saying? A lot of, and the dealings that come with that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? As far as robberies, as far as, you know what I'm saying, killings over
Yeah,
little
they got
bullshit,
the OG cop cars too.
An ounce of weed and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Somebody die over it, so it's like.
Do you guys know someone that have died over an ounce of weed?
There's a quad, bro.
Yes.
Over an ounce of weed?
7 grams.
It wasn't
7 grams.
even an ounce, it was
A quad, dude?
like
Did you guys call it a quad around here?
Yeah. Yeah.
I picked up many of quads in my day. Never have I ever thought about I was gonna die.
A couple niggas
Dude didn't expect
out.
that night either, you know what I'm saying? I went to prison for possession of marijuana. It was my first charge I've ever caught in my life. The judge was just a little hard on me, you know?
How long did you serve for marijuana?
He gave me 6 years and suspended 5 of it.
What? Bro, he got 6 years for having weed? Bro, the only time I make 6, if you get 6 years for having weed, you better have like, you better be the cartel leader, my nigga. 6?
So I only
suspended 5. It don't matter.
For possession
Even
of
a year is
marijuana.
crazy.
It was a pound, you know what I'm saying? So my charge was possession of 1 to 10 pounds. So it didn't matter if I had 1 pound or 9.5.
Was that technically a felony then?
Yes, it is. At the time, that was a different time in my life, and I was, you know, playing loud music, drinking, driving, doing the most, you know, being sloppy with it.
So you got pulled over in a DWI type of situation, and then they searched the car for weed?
They smelled weed immediately. I just, like I said,
were you chiefing it big time?
Yeah, okay. I was smoking when they pulled me over. I try to play it off. I try to give them my blunt piece and be like, this all I have, sir, you know? They weren't going for that though, so.
Did that seem absurd that you could be put in a cage for weed?
Yes, sir. Dude, it changed the course of my life. You know, I had a very practical outlook on life in general. I was a real normal kid. I played sports. I wanted to be a nurse. You know, so it's like that.
Can you no longer work for a hospital now?
No, I couldn't get a job in Walmart once I got out of prison.
You can't even get a job in Walmart?
No, I was trying to show my little brother a different way. You know, like the lifestyle that we had got into, it was based off circumstance. And that's my history in Rapid City, essentially. A lot of people know me out here for like sports and stuff.
Walmart gets so fucking picky.
I play football, basketball, I ran track, you know.
We head next to I Am Legacy, an organization focused on empowering Native people and helping ex-cons rebuild their lives. Founder Eric Brainswhite invited us to a roundtable discussion led by former inmates to tackle the tough issue of incarceration among Native men.
Like, you can't tell by looking at me or anything, you know, but I used to do the gang thing. And
if I was a Hollywood movie director looking for the role of like scary guy in the cell, you'd be like, oh, this is the guy we want.
Yeah. I left everything I've ever known in my life that I was good at and entered a life where I didn't know anything. I changed. Yeah, I never planned to be 50 years old ever. I thought I would be you know, pass away way before that, you know. The younger you experience these violent things, it increases the likelihood of you repeating them in this community. That's why we focus on the youth. One of the things that to help these guys, you know, kind of redirect their aggression a little bit. You know? So you come in here, tire them out a little bit, put them on the weight, healthy choices, healthy options. We also do drug court. This is where we offer AA, NA, things like that in here. And we know about that life. We've been there. That's why we care. And there is a way out. We found it, and that's all we're trying to show these young brothers.
If I see your shirt, Healing with Conviction, what does that mean to you?
That I'm coming with the truth. You know, I've lived it, been there,
done that. All right, so if a nigga goes to jail, chat, and they can't even get a job at Walmart, what the fuck are they actually supposed to do, bro? What are they supposed to do?
Through a lot of the struggles here. So I'm trying to heal with that conviction, and also with, you know, me being incarcerated as well. I was 18 years old. I shot at some people here in town, and at age 18, I was sentenced to 12 years in the South Dakota State Penitentiary. They shot at my family. Drove around, looked for them, found them, and 4th of July, 1996, I retaliated.
I'm not gonna lie, chat. Look, bro, nigga shot at his family. He's supposed to shoot back. That right? That's what people would say. But no cap, you are of no service to your family. 12 years behind bars, bruh. All that get back shit, you feel me? Like that, like there's consequences to that. I don't know what they got. Maybe they got 10 years or whatever. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows what they got? Maybe they didn't get caught. But you gotta be careful, bro, because you feel me?
You have the most gangster Hello Kitty tattoo I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, so
Can you tell me about that?
So I have a special needs daughter. Okay. So a lot of this is for her, you know. So like I have the wheelchair there for her. She loves Mickey Mouse. The don't count the days, make the days count. When we found out that she has a rare brain disorder, they told us she wouldn't see her first birthday. So we marked the date when we were told that. And
that was in 2011?
Yeah, grateful today she's 13. My first son,
doctors need to stop doing that.
Incarcerated, I missed his birth, and you know, just wasn't in the relationship, you know, there. And we meet my wife.
How the fuck do doctors do that?
Our daughter with special needs. I learned to embrace that, you know, I needed to fully protect her. For me, quitting drinking is what helped. To be able to get up if she's having seizures, to be able to get up, you know, at a drop of a hat, to assist her or assist my wife in her cares.
For me, it was the murder of my brother. He was down there at the Teddy Sports Bar, and they were shot and killed. Calling me and asking me to come hang out with him at the bar, and I went down there to go see what he was doing. And as I was walking towards him, I heard a gunshot go off, and then my cousins told me it was my brother, my little brother, and it's just, ever since then, after the past 3 years, I've just been getting incarcerated in and out of jail. I'm using my past as a tool to help better these children. Adults can't teach old dog new tricks, but we can save these kids.
How do I tell you, bro? I broke everything, and I don't have no controllers, bro. Also, I think I want to delete the app. So I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to bail on you, Swag. I swear. I just experienced the most frustrating glitch of all time. So, yeah, I don't have a controller, unfortunately.
And by saving these kids, we can save this community.
I'm sorry, bro. I didn't.
18 years in
I'm
prison.
sorry. I just can't play no more.
I grew up
unless AMP gets on some shit, I'm not
in the
playing.
hood out here. It was kind of almost like an expectation at some point. You know, hey, you might end up going to prison.
Yo, Black Knight, thank you for the 5. Get the subs, bro.
Alcohol related. Every single felony, every single charge.
So non-violent.
Non-violent.
It's gonna put me in an angry spot, man. It's Tommy G video help. It's like therapy.
What brings you here?
I'm the youth navigator now.
How'd you get here though?
What is that?
In 6th grade, I got in some trouble at school. You know, Eric used to be the diversion coordinator here in Pennington County, so I was his first ever youth to go to Legacy.
What'd you get into as a 6th grader?
A fight. This little kid called me a name, and I have gay uncles. It was a gay slur.
I think I can guess what you're thinking of.
And he crashed out.
I reached in my locker to grab my backpack.
Oh, come on.
And he slammed the locker door closed on my hand. I reached up with my left hand and I slammed his face against the locker, and I grabbed him up by his backpack straps and threw him across the hallway.
Damn, this nigga's a main character. That's a main character shit. That's a main character shit. Also, if you're the principal and you see the footage of that, how the fuck do you get mad at the nigga that's defending himself, bro? Bro, he deserved to have his shit tossed across the hallway. Come on, man.
I started kicking him while he was on the ground, and that's how I met Eric, and I've been coming back ever since. I was like 11 or 12.
Now he's 16.
Damn. Well, learn from that.
Good to meet you. Good to meet you. Hey, bro. What's happening, bro? Hey, man. What's up, man?
How you doing, man?
All right.
It's good to see you, man.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we Legacy. We're deep up there, the homies.
Yeah.
We
I
got
respect it.
everybody from every clique in town.
I respect that for sure, because there's a lot of people that, you know what I'm saying, older folks that lead the youth astray.
I feel you, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like they don't know no better when they're that young.
Nah,
like,
man.
we grow up in the shit we see, like, we think it's normal, you feel me? Then you grow up and you have your own mind now, and it's like...
You know what? I want you guys to know how important you are to our people, man.
Word.
We don't need you wasting your lives on dumb shit, man.
Word.
You know what I mean? Don't get caught up doing dumb shit, man. But statistics say...
Put your time into that.
Absolutely, man.
Yes, sir.
Right there.
Oh,
right there, man.
Is that a bullet wound?
For your sacrifice.
Hey, tell them what it means.
Tell them what that means.
No, it's from Sundance.
Ceremony, bro.
Oh, dog, where you put the
Piercing.
Oh.
Yep.
Sundance ceremony is basically a women appreciation ceremony. We're showing appreciation to the women because the women get their
is that burn marks?
blood every month, and that cleans their slate. That's our way of cleaning the slate. Even going into NEP. NEP stands for a sweat lodge. You go in there and pray. You're going in there. Be cleansed.
Asian hates women, so
what you be doing out
bro,
here.
I fucking love women, bro. What do you
Gangs and
mean?
drugs out here because there's not much opportunities for youth out here.
That is another
picture of
factor.
you, bro.
Oh, this is my little brother. He passed away in 2022.
I heard about that, bro.
Yeah,
Sorry, man.
He passed away in 2022 due to gun violence. That was our first show we ever were gonna have in Eagle Butte. It was gonna be a great turnout, you know. There was nothing but unchis and kids out there. There's free food, you know. Like, you never really see like 50 people out there for the openers, but that first person I was out there, there's like 50 plus people showing love, you know. We were gonna go on last, and there was a boy that was threatening to shoot the show months before, and we didn't really take it serious, you know. We didn't,
niggas about to be on timing
like that. But
you
it
see
came
that?
down to the day of the show, 90-degree weather, and he's in the crowd with the same bag on that he's showing his gun on Snapchat every day, and with a mask on in 90-degree weather, you know. So I came and I tried to speak with him because I know what he was saying, and when I came and tried to talk to him, he got real abrasive and was like, "Why are you trying to check me? Get away from me!" Boom. And I'm like, "Look, man," and I grabbed his bag and I pulled it to me. I felt his gun, and I said, "What are you doing here? Why are you here?" But he's like, "Just get off me, get away from my bag. I don't want to freak everybody out and be like, hey, he got a gun." So whenever the security comes up to me, I say, "Hey man, he has a gun." He's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah, I felt it." So he tried to escort dude away. Dude basically said, "Hey, I'm coming back. I'm shooting up this whole show." I look around, like I said, there's nothing but elders and kids, you know. My family's come all the way from Colorado to come see us. I'm like, we got to do something. And that's what the dude asked. He's like, "Please stop him." There's police around there and everything. The police didn't do shit. I had to pick my brother up after he got shot, you know? That's another just testament as far as to where we don't really rely on the police, you know? That's vigilantes. Like the definition of a vigilante is somebody that gets justice by their own means, but while not involved in the law. And it's that bottom line that they don't look out for us. They say they're supposed to protect and serve. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, when my brother got killed, I had to pick him up. I had to everything, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
You need to come see us, man, because I got some opportunities for you, man.
Yeah?
Hey, I lost my little brother, too. He got shot and killed down at the Teddy Sports Bar.
Jesus, oh, word. Hey, bro.
Yeah,
hey, rest his soul, bro. That's what I'm saying. That shit like that rocks the city.
Hey, this happened to every generation, though. When I was a youngster, my best homie got shot in the face at my house right up the hill right here, man.
Word.
In the hood, you know, it changed us forever, man.
So police will come through here, etc., but they're not too quick to. It's in a suburban area on the west side or something. Something goes down, they're there like that. Why do you think that is?
Because we're disposable.
You know what I'm saying?
All we get is each other.
Is it Rapid City PD or a native police that is in this area?
Rapid City,
there ain't no natives on the RP.
There's no natives on the Rapid City police force? What percentage of the city is native?
At least a quarter.
Yeah.
You can't be in the position where someone abuses it with their power, and you can't be in the position where you abuse someone with the power that you're given. Because you can be kind, but never try to be submissive. And you can be strong, but you can never be cruel.
We have a present for you, Vinny. Big dog's got to eat.
Yes, sir.
You know hey, yes, sir. Welcome to my gang. You know what I mean?
Hey, yes, sir.
Tommy been waiting to let that line
That's another
fly.
story for the poor kids who always wanted some Jordans. Mamas couldn't afford them. Now they out there on the corner with drama from law enforcement. I could tell you about the horrors of wishing you was aborted. But since this life is a game, you ain't finna see me forfeit. I'm winning till I can't play. But even then I be scoring. There's some shit that's more important than them hoes that's gonna be swarming once they find out you recorded. Where are them hoes before then, huh?
Hey, okay. Now why you dot in there? That was kind of tough.
We're coming up to a grief meeting
man. Ain't nothing wrong with a little
for
acapella.
moms that have lost sons to the street, I presume. This is gonna be kind of a tough conversation. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you doing?
Good.
So we're covering sort of the streets, the gang life, and also just gun violence at a young age. What have you seen as a mom in Rapid City?
I've seen a lot of violence and a lot of killings. Not so much when I was growing up. There was, you know, here and there, nothing like today.
You think it's worse
now?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
There wasn't as much guns back when we were growing up at all. You know, everybody has a gun.
Yo, the fact that literally all of these guys know a bunch of people that died to gun violence.
Legal or illegal guns? You guys
illegal. That they're close to is fucking crazy.
Yeah, well now they've made it easier to get guns, so, you know, both, yeah, I would say.
I guess, so what, are there any stories that can illustrate, you know, what you've seen or what you've heard in the area that talk about gun violence and things?
Both of my children died from a gun.
Oh my God.
My son always had a gun. My older son, he always carried a gun. He's not anymore. He's 31 and a dad now.
What brought him out of the gang life?
His kids.
Now, gangs can be really attractive for a young man, right? Why do you think that is? And do you think it actually brings any benefit to their life?
I have my oldest son who I kept in every sport available. He didn't have time to do any of that stuff. But as soon as he hit high school, and that attraction was just immediate. You know, he started then missing school and then running and getting in trouble.
If my future kid ever joined the gang,
he was kind of, you know, I moved to Mitchell, moved all my kids there. They gradually came back here. They didn't like it there. So he was around it all the time. And to me, it seems like he kind of just, you know, he still got his fights and ran around, but, you know, he wasn't kept from it like I did with my older son. And I feel like he kind of,
going to the basement,
you know, kept himself out of trouble.
What am I doing?
You know,
we're moving as a family, bro. I gotta get him away from that before they get the grip on that nigga like this. Oh my God. Oh, fuck no. No way I'm gonna try my whole life to raise this little nigga. He's about to thug up. Fuck no, nigga. We're moving. Rendezvous, bro. Rendezvous. We're moving to a rich area where there's no gangs. We gotta do something, bro. I would say go to South Dakota, but apparently it's fucked there too, so I don't know what area in America. I don't know what I gotta do, bro. Niggas changing schools. Nigga, we gotta move homes. Something has to be done. It gotta be drastic.
He died from suicide.
Send him to Ethiopia.
And then also my daughter, you know.
Send that nigga back.
Probably never know the real true story.
Nah, that actually does happen to people though. If you misbehave, no cap, sometimes your parents dead send you back to Ethiopia, bro. I'm being so serious.
Shot by
for like a few years.
Another guy there with a gun.
I feel like teenagers, when they want to get into trouble, they find a way to do it.
Right.
Even if you have strict parents. I know firsthand, I had the strict parents of my friend group, and we still found ways to get into trouble. But do you think gangs offer anything positive? Because to me, when I look at it, it just seems like when you sign up for that lifestyle, you're pretty much signing up for incarceration or death, or you might be rich at certain points when you make a play, but for the most part, you're going to keep losing that and have setbacks. Did you think it brought anything positive to your son's life?
No, and he had a good home life. You know, he had me. He didn't actually have his biological father in his life much, but once I got married, he had, you know, stepdad, and he did not have.
Good fucking dude, man. Real good fucking guy.
I know, like if you ask like hardcore Republicans, they'll say like the reason gangs happen is the absence of fathers in the household. What do you think about that?
Well, I was lucky enough to have a dad. Like I said, my older kids, their dad was never really around. I know it makes a difference, obviously, but it seems just to be so common now that I don't think most of us that have grown up on the north side really give it much of a thought. I mean, I can't speak for anybody else.
You know how bad you gotta be to send you to a different country?
There's a lot of young...
You don't have to be that bad, bro. I'm telling you, don't have to be that bad, bro. The thing is, in other countries, there's different cultures, and most of the time it's not. Depends on where you're from, I guess, huh? But like, assuming you're not from like a slum in another country, like ethnicity-wise, then yeah, it's great. My little brother literally spent like 8 years back in Ethiopia because my parents moved back. And now he used to be a crash out. That nigga used to break TVs and fucking fight in school, all type of crazy shit. Nigga went to Ethiopia and now he's quiet. He's quiet and loves soccer.
Man, some of them with shiesties on. What kind of advice would you give to them as they're pursuing some of their options in life?
Well, you know, and I've gotten to have a lot of good relationships with a lot of my kids as their friends since they passed away. I see things a lot differently now. I mean, I would give anything to have my kids back, and you know, obviously, I would never wish this on anybody, but I do think it's humbled me in a way that I can relate to them more. I understand them more. I think a lot of them feel comfortable talking to me, and I think they, you know, feel better talking with me just because they feel closer to CJ, because my son, you know, I have a lot of friends, and I would just, you know, tell them to set an example for my kids that are here, and let them see what they can do with themselves, you know, because that would make them very proud.
Is there high poverty rates in Rapid City?
Yes, definitely.
High. Okay. Because I think that's one of the magic questions. How do you bring economic opportunities?
Yo, his pose is fire, Chad.
We've had so many jobs in this country go overseas and never come back.
He looks so timid and shy.
So to me, that's the thing. Is like, how do you reverse the wheel that is spinning?
I think Ken is a good one for this question. He owns this business, and he's hired several people, and he might have some input on that, just because he's given people multiple chances and still does.
I was, I guess, one of the lucky ones out of the whole group of guys I was with. I mean, I was considered one of the original TBC guys. And
that's one of the most notorious gangs on the north side?
Yeah.
TBZ is slang for the boys, and this is the name of one of the most feared native gangs in the country. And with roots that run deep in South Dakota and Minnesota, TBZ has both power in the streets and the penitentiary. Captain Tony Harrison, chief investigator for Pennington County Sheriff's Office.
What actor does he look like, Chad? Well, he looked like an actor from a superhero show. Yo, who does he look like? I think he was a cop in a show, like a slightly crooked cop. It wasn't Gotham. I can't put my fucking finger on it. No, not The Boys. Fuck, I can't put my finger on it, bro.
The Pennington County Sheriff's Office in Rapid City says that he has seen photos of toddlers dressed in gang attire, and that it's not uncommon to see boys as young as 8 and 10 throwing up gang signs. Eric and Kenny were among the founding members of TBZ decades ago, but against all odds, both are now leading lives that give back, and they use their lessons of their dark past to try and create a hopeful future for the youth.
So you got, yeah. So you got my brother, and there were several of us. It started out with like over a dozen of us. Out of all of, I mean, almost every one of them went to prison but me.
How did you avoid prison?
Well, I think, you know, one of the things that stuck in my head around that time was my mom. My mom started going to meetings. She started going to AA meetings. And at that time, I used to look at her like, oh man, she must be really messed up. She's got to go to meetings. She's got to do extra things to stay sober. And my whole thing was backwards. that was when I was in my drinking time too. And for me,
why
it
y'all
was
saying
like,
he snitched?
that was one of the things I came back to when I did sober up. And it was getting in a relationship at that time that helped me kind of come out of that rut. And then kids, that was the other thing. And that kind of opened my eyes up to my drinking and my drugging.
Hey man, why he didn't snitch?
And,
we don't. There's no
one
proof
thing
you
led
think he
to
snitched,
another.
bro.
And next thing you know, I've been doing this for over 30 years, and that's what keeps me motivated is my work. And throughout all that whole time, I've stumbled a few times. I went back out there and tried it again. That lasted a short time, but I knew what was better at that time. I guess that's the core of it for me, is getting some kind of a structure in your life to go to.
Yo, Cheryl, thank you for the resub.
You're positive.
Hash, thank you for the
And
resub.
for me, it's meetings, my business,
The GX,
my
thank you for the resub, bro.
relationships. You know, today it's better, but it took me a long time to get to this point.
It's amazing how many times it can take doing the same shit over and over to learn the lesson properly.
Yeah.
Damn, that was a little abrupt, but good point though. I'm gonna give you a Tommy. I'm gonna give you a W video, Tommy. No cap. Damn, I didn't realize South Dakota was dangerous. Oh, so you like the video? Boom. You're gonna like that one too, man. Go ahead, just. Bro, click the video. What the? Bro, that's what I be saying. Like.